So, Katherine Ryan, right? Super funny, always tells it like it is.
Oh, yeah, definitely love her.
Well, she just shared something pretty big, I think, something we can all learn from, actually.
Well, for sure. What's that?
It's about she was diagnosed with melanoma again.
Oh, wow, no way.
Yeah, and it got me thinking about, how important it is to really be on top of your health, like advocate for yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to look out for number one, right?
Okay. Yeah.
Especially when it comes to something as serious as melanoma.
Right, and that's what we're going to dig into today, her story and what it means for all of us.
Exactly. How to be proactive, catch things early, that sort of thing.
Yeah, we've been looking into her podcast, telling everybody everything,
Yep.
and her social media, all the updates up to like March 26th.
Got
And
it.
we're going to try to like pull out the most important stuff so, you can be more informed
Definitely.
and take care of yourself.
Really important stuff.
And this is her second time going through this with melanoma.
Oh, really? I didn't know that.
Yeah, over 20 years ago, she had stage 2 melanoma.
Wow.
It was like a golf ball-sized lump, she said.
Oh, my gosh, that's scary.
On her thigh, yeah. So, this isn't her first rodeo, so to speak, and that kind of makes her more aware of, like, warning signs and stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. It gives her a different perspective for sure. For sure.
So, fast forward to, like, 2022. She notices this mole on her arm,
Okay.
and it was, small, raised red, and it was changing, which is, like, a big red flag.
Yeah,
Right?
huge red flag.
Yeah.
You always got to keep an eye out for moles that are changing like that.
Totally. But, she went to a private doctor, paid, like, 300 pounds for this appointment,
Wow.
and the doctor's like, nah, it's fine. Just like that. After, like, 7 minutes.
Oh, come on, seriously. 7 minutes, that's barely any time at all.
I know, right? And this is where it gets interesting. Because, like, even though the doctor said it was fine, she had this gut feeling,
Yeah, I get it. Sometimes you just know when something's off with your own body.
Totally. And that's because she'd been through it before, right? She knew what to look out for.
Makes sense.
And this is where self-advocacy comes in, which is so important. She even said it herself, and I love this quote. She said, you have to be your own advocate. It's not worth losing you.
Oh, I love that. So powerful. It's so true, You can't just blindly trust everything you hear. You have to be involved in your own health.
Right. And she didn't mess around. She went to another clinic, this one in South Kensington, and paid like £1,000 to get the mole removed.
Wow, she wasn't taking any chances.
No way. She was worried that, with the NHS, maybe they wouldn't have prioritized it because of that first doctor's assessment.
Yeah, that's a real concern. It can be tricky to navigate the healthcare system sometimes.
No, totally. But she did say later that she wasn't trying to criticize the NHS or anything, more point out, the challenges of getting a diagnosis.
Yeah, I can see that. It's important to highlight those kinds of issues.
Definitely. And thankfully, once they removed it, it was confirmed to be melanoma, but thankfully they caught it early. So then right away, within a week, she had 2 surgeries in March to get it all out.
Wow, that was fast.
Yeah.
But that's great news.
Yeah.
Early detection is so key with melanoma.
Totally, yeah. And it's interesting, her outlook on the whole thing. She said it wasn't a battle or anything.
That's interesting.
Maybe because it was caught early, but it shows, her resilience.
Yeah, for sure. And also maybe a different way of looking at these things, not always framing them as a fight.
Right, exactly. And get this, a few days after she shared all this publicly, she was back on stage doing her comedy tour, the Battle Axe tour.
Oh, wow. That's amazing.
Yeah, in Blackpool, just getting back to it, which is so inspiring.
It really is. It shows that you can still live your life and pursue your passions even when dealing with health issues.
Totally. But she didn't stop there. She actually used this whole thing to raise awareness about skin cancer.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah.
Using her platform for good.
Yeah. She even mentioned being inspired by Teddy Mellencamp, from Real Housewives.
Oh, yeah, I know what you mean.
She's also been very open about her melanoma journey. And I think it really shows the power of, people, especially those in the public eye, sharing their stories.
Absolutely. It normalizes the conversation,
Yeah.
makes it less scary to talk about.
For sure. And she didn't just talk about it generally. She actually shared pictures of her mole on TikTok.
Oh, wow, that's brave.
And talked about the ABCDE rule for identifying those cancerous moles, the asymmetry, border, color, diameter, evolving, all that.
Right. That's so helpful, giving people actual tools to use.
Exactly. It's okay, this is what happened to me. This is what you can look out for. Super practical advice.
And coming from someone they know and trust, it probably makes a bigger impact.
Definitely. And remember, this is all happening while she's got a million things going on.
Oh, yeah.
her comedy tour, her family, husband, 3 kids.
Wow, she's got her hands full.
Totally. And she even mentions some family issues she was dealing with. Didn't go into detail, but still.
Yeah, life doesn't stop just because you're going through something health-wise, unfortunately.
No, it doesn't. And I think it's a good reminder to, prioritize your health even when it's crazy busy.
Totally. And it's great that she's been so open about all of this because it sparked a lot of conversations,
Yeah.
about skin cancer, about advocating for yourself, about how the healthcare system works, all of that.
Oh, for sure. And it makes you think about how we all approach our own health, right?
Yeah, absolutely. And, thinking bigger picture, Cancer Research UK is saying that melanoma cases are going to go up like a lot in the next few years.
That's not good.
No, it's not. So Katherine sharing her story could really make a difference. Encourage people to get checked out early when it's most treatable.
Seriously, early detection is key. And that's what we want you to take away from this. Be your own advocate, like Catherine said. If something feels off, don't ignore it.
Right. Trust your gut. And don't be afraid to push for more answers. Even if a doctor tells you you're fine, you know your body best.
Exactly. And thinking about Catherine's story, what really stood out to you? What got you thinking?
I think for me, it's the reminder that we can't just blindly trust experts, even doctors. We have to be informed, we have to ask questions, and we have to trust our own instincts.
That's so true. And it makes you wonder, how can we all get better at recognizing those signals our bodies are sending us? When do we know it's time to really push for more tests or a second opinion?
Yeah, great question. It's definitely something to think about.
Totally.
Yeah,
And in the meantime, everyone, go check out some resources on skin cancer. Familiarize yourself with that ABCDE rule. It could literally save your life.
absolutely. Knowledge is power, as they say.
Couldn't agree more.
Thanks for having me.
Thanks for being here.
It was a great conversation.
See you next time.
See ya.
Bye, everyone.